Welcome to
Hello,
Bomberman
welcome.
64.
That's right, welcome back, everyone. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. You raised that money, and I know Lively's super excited for this. This is Bomberman 64, and you have raised the money to upgrade it to hard mode.
All right, let's get into it then. If we're ready to go, I can count it down. Okay.
And I think we're ready to go.
Cool. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we are on hard mode. That is going to make a few things different. Right off the bat, the run is relatively similar between normal and hard difficulty. I would say the big change that we're going to see is the bosses. The bosses are, as you might expect, a little bit harder in hard mode. They have more health and are just generally a little bit faster. So we'll see that in a bit. First of all, we're going into Green Garden. This game, there's 4 main worlds at the start, and then once you clear the first 4 main worlds, then you get to the final world. And we can actually do the 4 main ones in any order we want. We just choose to do it in kind of the logical order of doing Green Garden first, which is kind of the tutorial area, pretty simple, and then kind of just going as the game kind of forces us to, so we don't lose any time kind of menuing to other worlds. So at the start of this run, we're just in this Green Garden one, and it's a pretty simple level. We just need to get to 4 of these kind of switches, and then once we activate all 4 switches, then the force field for this crystal will be gone, and then we can get to the crystal, which will be the end of the level. So just kind of making our way through. One thing to note about this run is that we are playing on the English version. The English version is actually the fastest version of this game, which is something that has gone through a lot of development. When I first started playing this game, people thought that the English and Japanese versions were the exact same because there's no difference in terms of text. And then I discovered that the English version is actually a little bit slower on the startup of the game, so right after you reset, it's a little bit slower getting into the game. But then we discovered like 4 years later that the game actually loads quicker on the English version, so overall there's a little bit of time saved there. So that's why we are on the US version. So that's the end of that level, and now we're going to see our first mini-boss. Mini-bosses in this run should all go very smoothly. It should only be a few seconds, and then we'll just get them off the edge. We'll see if it works out here. Very nice. So all the mini-bosses should have a relatively set pattern. Some of them have a little bit of variance, but the Sirius, our first mini-boss, he doesn't move until we move, and then once we just kind of move up, he'll move the same kind of distance every time, so we can put a bomb on his head, stun him, and then just throw him into the water. Pretty quick kill there. Now we'll be moving on to Green Garden 3. This level also pretty straightforward. We're just going to kind of get to this crystal, and this little guy is going to move it, and then we're just going to keep going to the crystal, and then eventually it will be the end of the level. One thing to note about this level is that we're going to see our first power-ups relatively soon. Well, actually, before that, we're going to see a hard mode change right here. This enemy is very fast and very scary in hard mode, so we have to kick a bomb into him to make sure that we don't die before we get to this crystal. And now, we're going to see our first power-ups of the run. Let's see what I get. Actually, we might not see our first power-ups. Oh, okay, wow, that was actually very lucky. I got 2 fire power-ups. So one change that's on hard difficulty is that power-ups are less likely to spawn. So in normal difficulty, those 2 boxes basically every single time give you 2 power-ups. Whereas on hard difficulty, sometimes you get no power-ups at all. So pretty nice there to actually get 2 power-ups. And now we'll see the end of this guy. He will stop moving the crystal from now on, and we'll be able to get towards the end of the level. not too much going on for the rest of this level. So good time for some donations or any incentives.
I do first want to say that Bomberman is super duper cute.
So true.
So right. All right, we have $10 from the King's Pride, who says day 2 hype. Let's keep this rolling. And that $10 has gone towards the French-Canadian language option for Age of Calamity, which is right after this. The incentive for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, the language options are French-Canadian, Japanese, English, German, and Latin American Spanish. And you have until the start of Hyrule Warriors to get that in. Oh, this guy's big. I love him.
Yeah, so this is our first big boss of the run. This is Dragon. So Dragon has 3 attacks: Fire, Bite, and a Swoop. The optimal attack is Fire. We'll see what he does. He did give me Fire. Maybe. So on Fire, this is a hard difficulty change. When he does Fire, he actually like follows you with his Fire, and so you can really only get 1 hit, and then if you're lucky and you kind of position well, you can actually get 2 hits on Fire, but it's pretty hard to pull off. So see here. Okay, you just give him some bites. That makes it nice and easy. Just 1 hit when he swoops in. And we'll see what his last attack is going to be. Another bite. Okay. Relatively straightforward. Very nice that we didn't see the swoop. So that's his least likely attack. It's a 1 out of 11 chance. The other 2 are 5 out of 11. And that swoop, he will just go very far away and then swoop under the arc. And it takes a very long time and is a pretty significant time loss. So good that we didn't see it here. Now we get to move on to Blue Resort. Blue Resort is a pretty exciting world. We're gonna see our first bomb jumps here.
Well, that sounds pretty casual. The resort.
Yeah. Just a nice old good time. Nothing scary here, other than this guy over here. Oh my gosh. We're fine? I was very worried that that guy was actually going to kill me before I bomb jumped. Oh no, I messed up. Okay, that's okay. Well, we'll get to see the bomb jumps again. All right. So
More Bomberman.
yeah, exactly. The kind of interesting thing about this game, obviously, is that you cannot jump. But if you use the mechanics of being able to bounce on bombs kind of creatively, we can make our own jumps. So basically, what I'm trying to do there is I put down a bomb. I pick up and throw a bomb on my head, and then that propels me backwards to the first bomb that I put down, which then like pushes me forwards onto the bomb that I threw onto my head, and then I bounce on top of that and get up to a height that I wouldn't normally be able to reach. That first attempt I messed up. I wasn't all the way up against the wall, so I didn't quite get the height I needed, but second attempt we're all good, and we're moving on to Artemis now. Again, hopefully, this should be a very quick kill. Has a very set pattern, so she'll always just move straight down here. So we're just gonna kick a bomb into her and throw her off the edge, and a nice 4-second fight.
Oh, goodness.
So this is actually, it's one of the reasons we start in Green Garden, and the mechanics of this I don't completely understand, but when you do Green Garden first and you fight the first mini-boss, Sirius, it actually kind of sets the pattern for the other mini-bosses. So if I didn't go to Green Garden first, then Artemis wouldn't have moved in that kind of consistent manner. So that's one of the reasons we start there. There we saw our first triple bomb jump, which is basically the same as a bomb jump. We just bounce another bomb on top of it to get a little bit of extra height. We got a few tricks in a row here. Looks good. Okay, very nice. So we have that little clip. We have to position ourselves very precisely so that when we move upright, we're moving just into the corner of that texture. And while we're like moving up a slope and we just hit the corner, the game just kind of says, okay, I guess you're up here now, and puts us up to that height that we would normally have to like bomb jump to. It's a little bit faster to do that clip. And then we do a little Couple bomb hops, and we're to the end of the level. And now we're on the fish.
Fish don't seem so bad.
Wait. Ah, dang. I didn't quite get the hit there. That's okay. I'm gonna throw a big bomb in his mouth here. Oh, no, we're not. There we go.
Open
now
his
we
mouth.
So when he opens up his mouth and we throw a bomb in there, it actually does double damage. So that did 2 hearts of damage. Hopefully he does it again. No, he didn't do it again. He's doing bubbles instead. That's okay. And he comes up here and we'll just hit him. And after every attack, he goes back to his starting location. So we're just gonna hit him one more time. And there he goes.
Congratulations, little guy! You look so happy!
I love him.
We have a little time.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you so much, Zelda speedrunning community, for rating 45 people. Let me tell you just a little bit about what we're doing here. We are helping our friend Happy Bear clear her medical debt. If you would like to help us help her, Shasta has done the ! Donate command. We also have incentives. Type that in the chat. And also, if you donate, please don't use commas.
Alright, so we're into Red Mountain. This level, it looks a little scary, but it's actually pretty straightforward. We just did that little bomb hop across the gap with that big bomb, and then we're gonna kind of get over here and hit these last 3 switches, which will lower the exit to the level and be able to clear it pretty quickly. And we'll be moving on to Orion, another mini-boss. This is probably the hardest of the mini-bosses. The mini-bosses we've seen so far have looked pretty trivial in terms of, you know, we just kind of throw a bomb on their heads and they die. Hopefully that should be what happens here. But with Orion, it's a little bit harder. Sometimes he doesn't really do what you want him to do, and it's just a little bit of a tough timing on the bomb throw. We'll see if it goes well here. I'm gonna pump up a bomb just to give myself the best chance of success. Very nice. Just throw him in the lava. And if you could believe it, he's not dead.
Hang on. What?
It's real lore. We'll see him in a little bit.
That's a lie.
And our next big boss, which will come after this level, we'll see Orion again. But for this level, it's going to be relatively straightforward. There is a trick that I could try. And you know what?
Oh?
You know what? Let's get crazy.
Hello?
Let's try it.
Oh? Yes!
So this is gonna be a little bit spooky. If I fail this, then I will die, and then I'll lose quite a bit of time. But if I don't fail it, then I'll save time, and that would be cool. Oh, no. Second try. Okay. Hey, that's still good.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Oof.
I
That
can't
pause
see my
buffer.
face. So what was that there?
Yeah, so normally the way that we would have to clear that is we would have to blow up all the kind of 4 pillars of that bridge, and then it would drop down a little bit, a section of the track, and it would allow us to just walk to the exit. But that plays a cutscene, and the cutscene takes like 5 seconds or so, so it's a bit slow. So, if we just do a very precise bomb jump instead, we can just jump straight to the exit. So even though we haven't actually done the like necessary cutscene to like activate the exit, the exit actually still works. So if we just jump over to it like that, then we're able to end the level a lot quicker than normal. So So this is Hades. He was very mean to me. That was pretty bad luck. And there's Orion. You can see him. He's in the robot. And now he's going to the lava again. I don't know. This time, who knows if he's dead or not this time. We don't see him again, so it's up to the viewer interpretation.
I say he's dead. That's canon. That's official. He's dead.
I agree. So one thing that happened earlier is I did have a heart, and then because I failed the trick once, I actually lost the heart. I'm going to get the heart back by killing this bunny. So this heart, I'm going to need it for a trick at the very end of the run. So usually the way that this would go is I would pick up that heart and I'd pick it up in Blue Resort, and then I would never lose it for the whole run, and then I'd be able to do that trick. We did lose it because I just barely missed the trick the first time, but able to get a pretty quick backup there, so it's no problem. And we're into White Glacier. This is one of the more interesting changes in hard mode. So because we're on hard mode, well, first of all, I should say that this screen right here, there's wind. If you can notice right now, I'm being pushed into this tree and I cannot move forwards because of the wind. This wind is actually a lot stronger in hard difficulty compared to normal difficulty. So in normal difficulty, if I am like inputting the opposite direction of the wind, I will go nowhere. I would just like stay in place. But in hard difficulty, if I try to run against the wind, it will just push me down to the very end of this, like the very bottom of the screen, and lose me a whole bunch of time. So that's why I have to like wait on the tree just to make sure that I don't get pushed all the way down. And then after traversing all that, we get to this button that lowers down this lift, and that will be the end of the level. And we'll be on to our next mini boss, which is Regulus.
I'm sensing a theme there. These boss names.
Yeah.
Are they real gods?
I think so. I'm not a lore expert in this regard, but I know that, Orion, Regulus, Altair, they're all like constellations and such. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. This did not go quite as I wanted to. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. There we go. So, at the start of the fight there, I got a little bit unlucky. So, there's a super quick kill that you can get on Regulus if you just kick a bomb at the very start of the fight, if he doesn't kick a bomb at you. But unfortunately, he did kick a bomb. So instead, I just kind of waited for his dash and then threw him off the edge. And now we're on to White Glacier 3, and this is another very fun hard difficulty change. There's ice physics on this stage, as you might be able to tell. And on hard difficulty, the ice is more slippery, which is quite fun. So makes it a little bit difficult, especially when you're kind of changing directions a lot, to make sure you don't fall off the edge. We'll see it again kind of towards the end of the level. There's a tight turn that I need to make, and it can be a little spooky. But so far so good. We'll see how this enemy treats me. So one thing that changes in hard difficulty is that the enemies move a little bit quicker, and so they're more likely to get in your way. And so for an enemy like this, I usually just kick a bomb into him just to make sure that he's not getting in my way, because if I kind of just try to run past him and he runs into me, then I could get bonked off the edge, and that's no good. So now this is probably the scariest part. There's this tight turn with these penguins, and we're good. Wasn't worried at all with that penguin. Totally fine. Okay. Now, our next boss is Mantis. this boss also has ice physics, and they are also very slippery, so I need to make sure that I don't slide into my own explosion. I just kind of want to get under them and throw bombs up and try to get out of the way of my bomb. Oh, that one didn't quite hit. Fine. Just kind of keep trying to hit him. I might have slid a little too far. Yeah, it's hard to hit him there. Wait for an attack, and then we can get back and end the fight there. So when... Oh, no. Oh, no. Please. Okay. So, a couple things. When Mantis gets to 1 health, it will always break the ice like that and bring us down to this bottom layer where there's this web, and the web has holes. And I dropped into a hole because I wasn't sure where I was. And what happens then is Sirius, our friend, he picks us up, and then he drops us down in a random location, which is very nice of him. However, Sirius is not always the nicest guy, because sometimes he can pick you up after you fall into one of the holes and drop you back down into a hole, and he only picks you up once, so you're just dead. Luckily, he was very nice to me there, so we're chilling, and we're into Black Fortress 1. The stage has these cards. This is on a set pattern, so I always know like where the vehicles are coming, so as long as I don't mess up these little gap jumps, then it should be fine. And you might be wondering, I guess an interesting question is like whether or not the bomb tricks I do in this run are intended, and I would say that for the most part they are. This like little bomb hop is actually shown in the credits. These bomb jumps that I do, like this one, maybe on the edge of intended. Oh, that's really bad. Uh-oh. I can save this, probably. So I lost my heart there, which is really unfortunate because I was going to do a glitch on this screen to skip a mini-boss where we like kind of hover across the screen, but because I lost the heart, I can no longer do that trick, so we will actually be fighting in the mini-boss instead, which will take a bit of time, but that's okay.
I think you did that on purpose, so you have more Bomberman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So true. Love to see more Bomberman. And you know, this mini boss you wouldn't see otherwise in this run, so this is exclusive content for this marathon.
Exactly.
This fight should be pretty simple. I've experienced fighting this boss in 100%, so it shouldn't be too bad. This boss can do a lot of things. It might not look like it when you see me fight it. Basically, the left and right components can shoot these like blue orbs at you, and you saw that kind of trying to start to do that. But as long as you just kind of continuously damage it, it doesn't have time to do that. And then the middle component, if you get close, then it will target you and then try to shoot you. But I'm not getting close. I'm just gonna stay back here, kick my bombs, and I will be at no risk at all. And so, just a couple more bombs here, and now mini boss cleared.
Nice.
So next is Harvester, one of the most difficult parts of the run, a very frustrating fight. Harvester is, even though he's in kind of like the second stage, which is normally like the humanoid boss, he's actually a big robot. You'll see him here in a second. And this room is kind of laid out in a way where, so you can only move in 8 directions in this game, and there are positionings that Harvester can get into where it's very hard to like actually kick a bomb such that it hits him, because he can move all around the screen and I'm confined to 8 directions. This is a very good start though. That's a 1 in 6 chance, and that is the best attack that you can do at the start of the fight. It allows me to get that big bomb in. Now he does this orb. This slows down the game, so I want to just get rid of it as quickly as possible. Continue to try to kick bombs at him from the distance. Okay, here's his most common attack, which is also the most annoying attack, which is these homing missiles. just going to try to space ourselves out and then put down a bomb to blow up all the missiles. And then he did the best attack again, which is quite nice. And pretty smooth fight. No issues. Good stuff.
I can't get over how cute he is.
I feel the same way. I've been playing this game for like 10 years and I'm still
Who's cuter?
Yeah.
Who's cuter, Bomberman or Kirby?
Whoa, that is a tough question. I'm biased, so I don't know if I can give an answer. My bias is towards Bomberman, but I love Kirby all the same. So this stage we're in is a bit of a gauntlet. This is the longest stage in the game. It is the second to last stage in the game. There's a lot of little tricks that we have to do here. Nothing is super difficult, but we're just going to traverse with these triple bomb jumps that I did, and then using those 2 bombs to kind of hop across that gap. And then we'll be moving on to the screen that is probably the scariest. There's a couple enemies that will get in the way here that I just want to traverse past. But because it's hard mode, they move very quickly, so it's sometimes hard to predict where they're going to be. I'm just going to throw that one off the edge to make sure that I don't have to deal with it. Now we're going to wait for these lasers. Okay, we're good. That's pretty nice. Oh no! He turned. I did not want him to turn like that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. I still got 1 more life. Well, I have 0 lives, but like I have this current life, and I will not squander it this time. Back to the lasers. The lasers are actually random in the order that they turn on. I'm a little worried here. I'm gonna wait just to make sure. Okay, this time. Oh, look at this positioning. Who could hit me? I'm on the edge. Perfect. And then just another triple bomb jump. And now we're getting to the part of the level that's a little bit more chill. So hopefully we won't have to run into any more enemies. But there is another enemy that could spawn in this walkway here. Hopefully we don't see it. Oh, and there it is. Oh no! Oh no. Disaster.
Or opportunity.
Right. A lot of Bomberman content. Maybe even more than we estimated. We'll see on that.
Now, can I take a moment to explain one of our upcoming incentives?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, I know everyone here loves Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, cannot get enough of that random nonsense. But did you know that there is a special sprite? There are 2 options for a special sprite for the Zeromus boss fight at the very end of Free Enterprise. And that has just been opened. You can choose between a silly sprite or a serious sprite. And that is going to be at the end of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, when we need to get that in. Also available as an incentive, pick the language choice. Pick the language choice for Hyrule Warriors. Currently in the lead is French Canadian at $10. So it's anybody's game right now.
So here's the spooky screen. We're good. Alright, last time I panicked a little bit when I saw that one enemy. I just ran off the edge for really no reason. I'm not going to do that this time, and hopefully the enemy's just not there, so I don't have the opportunity to panic. We shall see. See if it's coming up here or not. Okay, it's far enough away that I don't have to worry about it at all. Now we're just going to go up this elevator, and then there's this wall that we have to blow up that we need to use a big bomb. And the way that you would do that normally is you would pick up a bomb and then pump it up, which is you would mash A, and then you would throw it at the wall and then wait for a bit. But to actually skip that kind of waiting part, what we do is we kick a bomb, then we pick up a bomb and pump it up, and then we throw that pumped up bomb into the explosion of the kicked bomb, and that blows up the wall without having to wait for the fuse. And, you know, the second attempt of this level, if we just look at the second attempt, it's not a bad time, so...
I honestly, I mean, you're doing fantastic.
Thank you. Well, let's pretend the first attempt didn't happen. Wasn't me. And now we're on to the final boss. Got 2 phases of this boss, and both of them should be a pretty simple quick kill.
You wanna fight me?
So I'm just gonna run left at the start of this fight, and I'm gonna kick a bomb down right at a specific timing, and hopefully he will just go straight off the edge. Oh no, he didn't go straight off the edge. Okay, that's fine. Now, this is just a casual playthrough of this boss, and that's totally fine. So there's this laser guy that we have to kind of watch out for, to make sure that we don't get hit. And I'm just gonna try to kick bombs from a distance. Okay. First phase down. Not quite the quick kill that we wanted, but that's okay. And then we're gonna go on to the second phase. This quick kill is so easy that there's no way that I could mess it up. There's gonna be a very long stun time when I kick a bomb into him, and I'll be able to throw him off the edge. And time is coming up too.
I'll finish you!
And time. Alright, well that was a very eventful run, I would say.
GG's though, I thought that was really, really fun. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thanks everybody for meeting hard difficulty. Some of those deaths were due to hard difficulty, so money well spent, I think.
Money well spent. And where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere, just at Livelyraccoon. Livelyraccoon on Twitch, on Twitter, all that good stuff. Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a good time.
Thank you so much for helping us help Happy Bear get rid of her debt. And I adore these trees. They're so cute. I don't know what it is about them. Yes, follow Livelyraccoon right now or you will explode. We have Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, any % New Game Plus, run by the King's Pride. And before that run begins, we do have an incentive for Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. It is the language choice. And we need the language choice before the run begins. You've got the choices of French, Canadian, Japanese, English, German, and Latin American Spanish. And right now, French Canadian is in the lead. So right now, I mean, you've still got a little bit of time, but not much. So get those donations in if you want to pick the language choice for Hyrule Warriors up next.